Hey everybody, Sherry Coleman Collins, registered dietitian nutritionist here and one half of the Southern Fried Girlfriends podcast. I'm a little late. I had promised to do some Monday morning chats with you around 10 o'clock, but I have a good excuse. It has been sort of a really crazy, busy several days, and I want you to know that I'm holding the camera today instead of using the tripod because I want to show you something and I need to be able to move the camera around. So forgive me if it's not perfectly stable. I'll do my best. But I just got back late last night from a 5-day business trip, so it has been a very crazy kind of time for me health-wise, and traveling, and just it's a really hard thing to try to stay on a really healthy regimen when you're on the road. So I did my best. I got enough sleep some of the time when I was out, and there were a couple of days when I probably overindulged in food, but enjoyed in general some really great meals as I was out. But, of course, coming back after being away several days, I have a lot to do to get back on track. And one of the things that I'm doing is catching up on my meal planning and my menu planning and meal prep. And so I wanted to share with you a little bit about what I'm doing today. And the reason I wanted to do that is because episode 4 is all about menu planning and meal prep. Or meal planning and menu prep? No, I got it right the first time. And I hope that you've listened to that episode, but if you haven't, now is the time. This is a great time to listen to it, or listen to it one day this week as you prepare for the weekend, or whatever day you think you might want to try to do some menu planning and some meal prep. So, Ann Dunaway-Tay with My Menu Pal was with us on the show, and Dee and I shared our tips and tricks on how we handle menu planning and meal prep, and I think that you'll get a lot of ideas, but the big thing that you'll probably take away is that there's just not one way to do it. There are lots of different ways that you can plan your menus, and you can do meal prep like Dee, where you prep everything on one day. Or you can maybe do one or two things like I do. I prep my vegetables and some other things, but I don't prep everything in advance. Or you can do a mix of that. And so you'll hear on the show, episode 4, how we handle that. And Ann gave some really good tips about how she does it, and also shared some tools from her website. So I put a link to the Scales method of planning on the page this week. So if you scroll down when you're finished watching this video, you can see a link to her Scales tool, and you can use that for menu planning. So I hope that that is something that you'll find useful. I thought it was great. And I have some other tips that I shared with my newsletter folks. So if you're not getting the newsletter, you'll want to sign up for that at southernfriednutrition.com, and then you can get it. But back to what I'm doing today. Because I was gone, before I left, I prepped a few things for my son and my husband, and they ate some of that and didn't eat some of that while I was gone. So this morning, actually last night, I started after I got home sort of cleaning out the fridge and threw away the things that were left that couldn't make it a few more days and didn't really need to be eaten anymore. So I threw those things out and made a little list of what I had on hand and a very general list of what I might make for this week. And then this morning, I went to the grocery store, and I had my list of sort of basic things that I like to get, and I shared on the show the tool that I use, and you can find that at the corresponding blog post to episode 4. I use an app called List Pro, and that's how I keep up with what I need at the grocery store. And I took my list with me and my basic sort of very rough menu and went grocery shopping this morning. So I'm going to show you what I got, and we can talk through a little bit of what my thinking was as I was going through the grocery store and how I plan to prep these today for the rest of the week. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able, hey Dee, if you have any suggestions or some ideas, please do put them in the comments. I'm going to show you what I bought at the store, and then sort of a little bit about what I plan to do.